Okay, welcome everyone to the Murray City Municipal Council Committee of the Whole for October 7th, 2025. First thing on our agenda is 2 sets of minutes for August 26th, 2025 and September 2nd, 2025. I will take a motion and a second. If there's any corrections, that if anybody's found anything that needed to be corrected,
Nope.
then
Can we mush them together?
I don't see why not.
Looks like that's what he wants to do.
You go right ahead.
I don't know, I was setting up Scott. Toss him a little softball.
All right, I move to approve the minutes of August 26th and September 2nd, 2020.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing there's none, we will continue on. Well, our first discussion was going to be on Fashion Place West Station Area Plan with Zachary Smallwood and Mark Morris, VODA Landscape and Planning, presenting. But we are going to reschedule that for another night. So we're going to jump right into the discussion on electric vehicles on the Jordan River Parkway with Paul Pickett, who has 40 minutes to talk about this.
Wow.
Take it away.
You don't even have a PowerPoint. What are you gonna do?
I know,
We actually do if we
Oh, we do.
I have a couple slides if I have to pull them off,
He's got vacation slides.
You know, it's happened a few times as a missionary, when I show up and I'd be the only speaker for 40 minutes. Let me tell you a story. No, this topic is a serious one. And it's one that deserves a discussion. And this discussion does not in any way show that I have any leaning, any direction, except that it's an issue that needs to be addressed and discussed. I don't think we'll find an answer in 40 minutes. I think we'll just peel the scab off in the first 40 minutes and then find the roots and begin digging on that as we probably discuss this item a few more times. So I just want to be clear that I'm not here as an anti-biker, electric bike, anti-anything. I'm just simply here trying to address an issue. I'm a frequent Parkway user. I am a religiously 10 a.m., 2 p.m. walker, and sometimes later on in the evening if I haven't completed my steps. And every single time I walk, I deal with an electric vehicles going way faster than it should past me. Just this morning, there's a couple of kids, probably junior high age, on electric bike that had no pedals, just pegs. It was like a little motorcycle, a guy and a girl, and just, I don't know, I can't estimate speeds very well, but it was much faster and I felt comfortable as it buzzed past me with them laughing and giggling, which I would have enjoyed as a kid too, but I don't think it was very safe. So I looked up what other cities that have the Jordan River Parkway going through them have done or have legislated, and I only found Salt Lake City as having put something in writing about what their laws are with e-bikes. You all have a copy of that in your record. Since we have plenty of time, we can read through that and discuss Salt Lake City's laws, and then we can begin talking about issues that we want to discuss relating to Murray. So let's just go through that, and I'll call on our seminary teacher to read the first bullet point.
What page are we on, sir?
We're on page dogs.
Dogs, got it.
Yeah,
College class or Meridian's bullet point by bullet point?
absolutely,
Is this like a check to see if we did our homework?
absolutely. I don't know if you read or not. I want to see your notes on there. Pam scribbled a little bit, but I think she
What
just
do you
did it.
mean a little bit? I even tabbed it.
Sure.
And I don't tab.
Adam, will you read for us, please?
Where are we reading?
Where it says e-bikes and other
These are the e-bike
e-transportation. Yeah.
Alright, motorized vehicles are strictly prohibited along the Jordan River Parkway Trail, while e-bikes are commonly ridden and accepted on the JRPT. Riders must acknowledge that they are on a motorized vehicle and use the trail in the spirit of its purpose. In an effort to provide opportunities for equal access, e-bikes are allowed. However, in the interest of safety, they must be ridden as a standard bike, meaning actively pedaled with no use of the throttle and follow all speed and yielding guidelines.
I find that paragraph interesting because it begins saying all motorized vehicles are strictly prohibited, but you can still ride them as long as you're not using the motor vehicle. Which,
As long as you're not using the motor,
the motor in that motor vehicle, right?
right?
But it does create a question to me because we're talking about accessibility. There are individuals that want to ride a bike on our trails that don't have the physical strength or capacity to pedal. And I think by banning them altogether, we're creating a problem.
So how do you discern between the motorcycle, the electric bicycle,
Mhm.
and a wheelchair? I mean, a wheelchair, I think, definitely should be allowed, and there are many motorized wheelchairs, which,
Yeah.
you know, speaks to your concern. And also on the canal trail, it's a problem as well.
Is it
I've
really?
had complaints, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've even had complaints, and I'm, you know, about this trail, and it's not even my district, but I've had people tell me that it's a real problem. So I think we really do need to address it, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I read this statement by Salt Lake City and I can see them saying, yeah, but no, but yeah. And I think they face the same dilemma we're facing right now. The second bullet point just simply says, and all other vehicles yet to be invented are also part of this thing, you know? So where do we go with that as a city?
I have a question. Do they have posted speed limit signs in Salt Lake?
Do they have what?
Posted speed limit signs along the Parkway Trail?
I have not ridden up there.
Cause I'm like, I've been south, but I haven't been that far north.
I can't remember seeing any.
Cause they say all speed and yielding guidelines, how do you know what the speed guidelines are in Salt Lake?
I don't know. So that's a good question for a follow-up.
At the beginning of the canal trail, it says motorized vehicles are not allowed,
Okay.
and
Yeah, it's
what
already
does-
posted.
Right, what does that mean? People have interpreted it to not mean e-bikes. So
So
what else do you do?
with a sign that says e-bikes are motorized vehicles.
They are, but they're not. There's 3 different classes of
There are three
electro,
classes.
of these type of vehicles. The one that you saw this morning, that's class 3, and those are not allowed at any time.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can have all the signs we want, we can create all the rules we want. I doubt Chief Burnett has enough officers to patrol Jordan River Parkway.
Yeah. Enforceability is
Yeah.
zero.
Yeah, it's, so I don't know where we go with that. I mean, it's unless we create a couple more officers riding around on bikes, it's really the only way you're gonna enforce it.
But they patrol the canal trail. I mean, I see,
Bernie City does have a bike cop.
they
I
have
have
a
never
couple
seen
of
him.
them. I've seen them on.
Oh, have you?
those-
That's
yes,
good. Yeah.
several times.
I've seen Salt Lake City on the northern end.
Yeah.
But I haven't been lucky enough to see him.
But on the canal trail, I have seen them.
Yeah, and they'll come to the Murray Trail every now and then too, and get on their bikes and ride up and down.
They
Yeah,
have
but
other
it's-
duties.
It's, it's rare. I mean, they have a lot of city to patrol. And catching kids on scooters is not exactly a high priority, you know?
And we
I
don't
know.
wanna
I share the
put-
same concern as Scott of how do we enforce it, and I don't know if, that's what they're saying. I don't know if putting in full-time officers or wise use of resources or,
Yeah.
number one, that's not our decision.
Yeah.
That's executive, but even encouraging the executive branch to do that, I still don't know if that's a wise use of.
And putting speed limits down there.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
my concern is, okay, so we put the speed limit at what? To 10 miles, 10, 15 miles an
Pick a
hour?
number.
I can't ride my regular bike, like, cause
Yeah,
when I get
road bikes
going,
go
I
way
get,
faster than that.
yeah, 15, 20 miles an
Yeah.
hour, so, yeah.
Really, even on the trail?
Well, people are in the way. If I can push people out of the way. I don't go on the trail. I don't go on the
Do you
trail
have
because
a bell?
yeah, I don't go on the trail because there's too many people. Like, but if I'm really going, this is why I stay on roads because it's just I get going too fast that I'm gonna hit somebody,
Right.
and it becomes people dodging, and that's not fun.
And I have had complaints.
Mhm.
So I don't know if other council members have as well, but I have.
Motorcycles.
So the state of Utah does have laws in place. We find it here among the many things I have open. Sorry, I'm following my daughter's flight right now. So that's what I have open. I think it's, here we go. Give me a second while my black screen reloads. It does talk about yielding the right of way to pedestrians. There's a state law already that says
Right.
they must yield the right of way to pedestrians.
And horses.
I wonder if maybe just signage saying pedestrians have the right of way.
We've got it on the canal trail at the beginning of the,
Well, you guys have everything in the canal trail. We don't have it in the parkway.
that's why I was wondering if you do.
But you're right. There is no signage. I don't think of any signage on the Parkway.
No, there's no signage on the- that I've seen at least.
I know.
I haven't seen.
But people don't pay attention to it.
It gives somebody a chance to go, hey, look at the sign, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have anything there.
Uh-huh. We don't have signage at all,
Oh, I think you should.
you
I
know,
mean, how are people supposed to know it's not okay?
yeah. Now, I did look up other cities outside of Utah, what they've done. And I found some interesting gate that they use on trails. I have a couple of photos on the PowerPoint. Wait, do we have that available?
We have it available.
Would you pull up, you know, and once again, this is just discussion. No one out there, go out there and say Paul is pushing for gate, okay? It's a discussion.
His email is P-Ticket.
Councilmember Pickett says he wants to have gate on the parkway. Yeah.
It's on everyone's Facebook page.
So, I'm just bringing everything to the table,
Yeah.
you know? You can just laugh it off and go, never.
I appreciate that you're doing this, cause if you hadn't, I would have.
Thank you.
Like you said.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Had some,
I just wanna see what other cities are doing, because
Yeah.
they're all struggling with the same issue. We're not the only one.
right,
You know, so we have Salt Lake City's example here, which is kind of a mixed bag of words that,
do they have signage on their part of the trail?
I don't know, that was a question asked earlier and I couldn't answer it.
So what,
I can't think
Let's
of.
go to the gate, yeah, right there. So they have, this was in North Carolina, they have swinging gates. The one on the right swung open, you kind of see it there, it's kind of swung open. And as you go by your bike, you just kind of just push it open and walk your bike through there, which I'm sure Adam would love to do when he's going 15 miles an hour through there.
I'm thinking as a runner, I don't want to push through that.
And the other one is just zigzag gates, where, you know, as a runner, it's really easy, you just kind of, and as a bike rider, you can also, it just requires you to just slow down at that moment.
Is that accessible for someone that's in a wheelchair? Because we had that on the catwalk down on Bullion.
The one on the right seems to be more spread out and more accessible to someone in a wheelchair. The one on the left seems kind of tight.
Yeah.
But the one on the right seems to be more doable. So that would require no policeman on there. You just simply say, hey, slow down. And this kind of causes you to slow down. You know, so thoughts?
Do you put them at the beginning or in the middle?
I
or
think you would
where do
find like narrow necks where it's kind of be, where the trail's constricted. That way people don't begin riding around it, you know. A couple places on the trail where there's like trees next to it or something like that, you would just kind of put them in somewhere in those places. I identified, at least in my segment, 3 spots that I would put them in if I were to put a gate like that.
I'm thinking you don't want. My thought would be you don't want to put it next to like a road because you're already stopping to see traffic. You'd want it all along passage, like right in the middle, because that's where you're gonna pick up your speed. In there. I'd be interested to see what the cost is on that.
Yeah.
Entrance on Bullion would be a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think cost would be the problem. I do see a problem with the carts the city uses on the trail. They have little kind of these electric carts that
yeah.
go by carrying stuff. They would struggle with it. They'd have to go around, maybe take the equestrian trail and go around it.
And snow removal might end up being an issue too. Like would it pile up right there and create big mounts?
Snow removal?
Snow removal in the winter?
Do they
Do they remove snow on the trail?
Yeah, they use
They
that.
do?
Oh, yeah,
They don't on the canal trail.
they
I
do it
don't
on
think I've ever
Jordan.
seen them
do
remove.
Have I not told you my story?
Is Kim here?
Yeah, he's right there.
Do we remove snow on the trail?
Say that again? Do they remove snow on the trail? Yes.
Yeah,
On Jordan River Parkway Trail?
yeah.
I'll tell you,
That's why-
2 years ago,
Because
we had that
people walk
huge
through.
snowstorm a few years ago.
Yeah.
I went on a run, a few days after, Murray was the only one on the Parkway Trail that was snow plowed.
Yeah.
Every other city, you had snow on it, you couldn't run on it. They do a great job.
So for the 6 days a year that we have snow, that would be a problem.
I don't know, maybe
It's
this year we
7.
make it a lot.
But I'm saying like, okay, so let's say we get a big snowstorm. You gotta push it, my question is more, does it pile up right there? And now we have a blockage in the middle of it.
You'd have them just push it off to the trail,
So-
and that was say 30 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we literally had 6 days that I shoveled my driveway this last winter.
But the year before that, we had.
And
Yeah.
they use trucks on the canal trail. They drive trucks on there.
Yeah, and that would create a problem with that. The canal trail, if you don't have an alternative trail, that creates a problem. We have the equestrian trail, which allows them to go around
Wow.
those places like that.
Hey Chief, does EMS ever have to get down the trail?
We do go down the trail with our Type 6, it's a pickup truck
Yeah.
type thing. So we would be looking to.
Like for
try and
water
just make
rescues
sure
and
that
stuff?
We could use the
Well, also
equestrian
fires.
or go
And
around.
fires.
Or we would suggest like a dropping bollard, so we could just access it and then we would just carry the city key to drop it down if needed. Would be our suggestion if that's what you guys wanted. So it's possible.
So I have a comment.
Comments?
They did this up in the rail trail that's up in North Salt Lake North. Every time you cross, I don't ride it anymore as a rider because every 20 feet you have to get off and kind of wander around. And so I'm on the city streets when I would be on a trail except for those.
Because of that.
Yeah, so that's a real issue. That's a really, it's like, there's a fine line, I don't know where it is. That's why this is not gonna be solved today. This is just starting a conversation that I hope that we can come back. I mean, dig up more information, keep your eyes open when you travel, listen to your constituents, ask questions. And then, once we have enough information, let's bring this issue back in here and say, we've talked to people, here's what people are saying, here are some suggestions, and we could begin narrowing down about what we wanna do. From nothing to this, I think that's the range.
So my concern is we're talking about people driving around it for the various things that we need as a city. Does that just create a pass where everybody just goes around it and we defeat our purpose long term?
It's kind of a pain in the tushy to go around the equestrian
Well,
trail.
and an electric bike can go through there.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
they'll be up at 30 miles an hour in 10 seconds after that.
exactly. It just slows them down for a second. Yeah. So anyway, I've done all the talking. Yeah. Do you guys have anything to say on this?
I've said my comments. Canal Trail is also, I've had complaints about, and I'm on it often.
Yeah.
And
Maybe if we do baby steps first?
Baby steps on here?
No, baby steps meaning do signage?
Signage first?
Like pedestrian
Like be
has,
kind, don't run into people, signs.
and like, maybe a picture with a bike and pedestrian gliding, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
think that if you start with signage first,
Least obtrusive solution first.
yes, and just let them know that, hey, there's gonna, cause I'm just afraid that some dog is on a leash with a pedestrian and an e-bike or some motorized bike comes and clips the dog with the leash, then he's on the ground, the dog's hurt, the other person's hurt, we've got
Yeah.
but that's never happened all the years that I've
Yeah.
walked down there, but maybe if we just do baby steps first and just try signage stating that pedestrians have the right of way, please be respectful or whatever, however they want to write the signage up. And then give it a few months and see the reaction.
Some people will pay attention.
Well, if you have them sporadically along the Jordan River.
Just as a reminder,
Yes, just like, hey, remember,
because even Adam would slow down if he saw a sign every now and then.
well, maybe.
Betty would.
Yeah, he would.
I-
He's a good
Would
man.
you?
He would slow
I don't
down.
know.
It
Most
depends on
people
who's in
just
front of me.
don't.
But I think if you
Yeah.
start slowly with some kind of signage of
Uh-huh.
some kind, and,
Yeah.
and something like this, you know.
So can we just maybe take it as an assignment to talk to our constituents for the next month or two and then
Sure.
bring this issue back in, I don't know, December, January, probably January would be better.
Yeah.
And discuss with a little bit more knowledge from our constituents. Would that work for you guys? 2 nods and 2 stares, 3 nods. 4 nods, that's close enough.
You only need 3 nods and you're good.
Well, and I mean, signage is a great idea and probably
Yeah.
maybe some signs for the pedestrians as well.
Mhm.
Biggest problem I have is people will have the music up too loud, or they're looking at their phone, they're watching YouTube or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and they get upset because I surprise them.
Yeah.
Even though I'm on my bell, they don't hear me and
Yeah.
I scare them. So
Yeah.
the dog sees me, but yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
So just be aware of your surroundings, pedestrian. I know I've seen those signs, can't remember where.
Okay. Okay, so,
Paul, can I just make one suggestion too,
sure.
to consider, and you may want to have Kim report on this, but the Jordan River Commission has been discussing this for quite some time.
Yeah.
I saw on their agenda for this month that they are talking speed limits.
Oh, excellent.
So I don't know, maybe Kim, if he has anything to report, can at some point share what the Jordan River Commission is doing
Okay.
or talking about.
So we'll invite Kim to come in the next month or two and report and maybe kind of give us some guidance and directions of where we should go with this. But I just wanted you, Kim, to know that it's an issue that we need to discuss.
Yeah, and Doug is correct. It's an issue that comes up often. Obviously, it's more in the forefront now because there's a lot more electric bikes. Listening to what you're saying is the same type of conversations that they have. Salt Lake City, as you just said, has some rules that haven't really made much of a difference.
Yeah.
We do have signage, it's just at the trailheads that basically says no motorized vehicles.
Right.
Throughout the years that we've had the trail, we have done some different signage along, well, the 18th hole bridge by the golf course. We had signs, walk your bike, and then also the, over in the nature center area, walk your bike. Unfortunately, they didn't work, they make sense. It created more problems with the users and bikers who didn't get off the bikes and then the walkers who confronted them. But I would be happy to bring the information from the Jordan River Commission. And
Excellent. Excellent. We'll send you an invite for that and get you scheduled to speak with us. Okay, that's all I have, guys. Just an introduction to the topic. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for bringing it up. It's timely.
all right. Well, if we have no other business, we are adjourned until 6:30. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
I am going to call this meeting to order. So welcome to the council meeting, October 7th, 2025. All council members are present, as is Mayor Hales, Brooke Smith, our recorder, GL Critchfield is up here, and Jennifer Kennedy, our executive director. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Erica Brown is going to lead that for us.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Our first matter of business is we have approval of minutes from August 26th, 2025 and September 2nd, 2025. Do I have any additions or corrections or changes?
I didn't have any.
Then I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes for August 26, 2025, and council meeting minutes for September 2nd, 2025.
I second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Cotter and a second from Councilmember Pickett. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes 5-0. We will now move on to citizen comments. So comments are limited to 3 minutes. Step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the form that Crystal has back there.
Hi, my name is Ben Despain. I'll fill stuff out later. Excuse me. I haven't had time to proof any of this. This is really quick. I haven't seen if it's 3 minutes or not, but I'm here with my son because this is the only real option given to me to address my issue. I'd much rather be fulfilling other plans with my son right now. So I'd appreciate the city compensating me for my time here. I don't have time to do this, but I have to do it. Anyway, I try to follow 2 commonly held beliefs in my life: love God and love my neighbor. So please understand I want to be a good neighbor about the issue I'm here to speak about today. Recently, my street, Winchester Street, near 700 West, underwent an intersection renovation, which I initially believed was a good thing. On September 24th, however, a police officer came to my property and asked me to do him a favor by moving my car and truck parked on the street in front of my house to across the street for 24 hours while they repainted lines for the newly completed intersection. The next day, I was in for a rude awakening, though, when I suddenly found that the parking area in front of my house that I've been parking on for 20 years has been changed to a bike lane, and no parking signs have been posted nearby. This is a big deal for me because I am hurting for space at my house. I'm certainly low on funds to be able to make accommodations. It's the reason only my truck is registered and my car isn't. I informed the officer that who had asked me to move about the unexpected circumstances, and he told me that he wasn't aware of basically anything about the changes and that I needed to call my city rep. So I looked up and found Pam Cotter as my rep while I was on a bike ride with a friend. I'm trying to emphasize that I don't have a lot of time for this, but I had to make time. I'm including this has been a big distraction to handle this. Ever since this happened, I've spent many hours worrying about it, and it's prevented me from doing the normal things that I would have done if I had not been forced into this situation, like attending a funeral today. Would have, or I only got to view it virtually. Today I spent what little time I had preparing this message. I'm relaying you today, and I expect to have to spend a lot more time dealing with this issue. I've even dealt with vandalism as I've continued to park my truck in the space in front of my house while I figure out what to do next. Pam told me she thought the issue was handed down from the state and told me to reach out to my legislator, Nate Blowen. I did so as soon as I could find the time, later on September 25th, and only heard back from him last week on Friday. He essentially passed the blame back to the city and also insinuated there's nothing I could do about it because the streets are taxpayer funded unlike driveways. I reached back out to Pam and who told me to come here. And I told her that it'd be tough for me to come because, I've got my son with me. And I'm familiar with bullies in my life, and the way this situation was handled reminds me very much of a bully. I didn't want to be here. I don't want to be here, and I can't afford to be here. I don't have time for this. Before you use the argument
Sir.
I don't have time to finish.
You can finish your thought, but
Okay, thanks.
you are out of time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kathy Van Dame, and I'm a member of the Senior Center Advisory Board. And I want to thank you guys for confirming me a year ago, last year, and for supporting the Senior Center and for the work you do for Murray. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the center and how helpful it is to many of our seniors and also seniors from around the valley. We have steadily increasing traffic because of the wide diversity of programs that we offer. Also, I understand our food is better than the county food. There were 3,700 individual visitors in September. More than half of those were Murray residents. We have new programs. One of the things that I really like, the Tai Chi and the Zumba. We just started a choir this summer. We're going to have 5 programs over Christmas time. The center has a good relationship with the University of Utah, and we offer experienced kinesiology, physical therapy students. I have a personal trainer from August to December that's really helping me with my balance. I got started going regularly to the grief class that had in-person meetings that were just wonderful. We're 46 years old, our building, and we're overcrowded. We need some sort of expansion or a new plant. There's a lot of maintenance that is more difficult because of the age of the building. It has been suggested that having rooms that can be divided, different sizes for different groups at different times. I personally think it would be a really good meld to have us co-located with the library. I think there would be a lot of synergies involved there. I'd be delighted to answer any questions, but that's about all I have.
Okay, seeing no other public comment, I'm going to close the citizen comments of this meeting, and we're going to start, we'll move on to a special recognition to consider a joint resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council and Mayor designating the week of October 5th through October 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week. We have Mayor Hales, Jed Finlinson, and Jeff Poles presenting.
Yeah, we've asked Jed to do that for us. Go ahead, Jeff. Thank you for doing that for us.
Council members and Mr. Mayor, present the joint resolution designating the week of October 5th through October 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week. Whereas Murray City is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting our city and state, and fire remains a serious public safety concern, both locally and nationally. And whereas the presence of lithium-ion batteries in many household devices introduces unique fire risks, and the National Fire Protection Association reports an increase in battery-related fires, underscoring the need for public education on the safe use of lithium-ion batteries. And whereas lithium-ion batteries store a large amount of energy in a small space, and the improper use of lithium-ion batteries, such as overcharging, using off-brand chargers without safety certifications, or exposing batteries to damage, can result in an increased risk of fire or explosion. And whereas most electronic devices regularly used in homes, businesses, schools, and communities, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, power tools, e-bikes, e-scooters, and toys, are powered by lithium-ion batteries. And whereas the proper disposal and recycling of lithium-ion batteries can help prevent environmental hazards and reduce fire risks in the home and community. And whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme, Charge into Fire Safety Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home, serves as a reminder of the importance of properly and safely using, charging, and recycling lithium-ion batteries to help reduce the risk of battery-related fires or explosions, and to encourage residents to follow three key calls to action. 2, 1, buy only certified products. 2, charge batteries properly. And 3, recycle batteries responsibly. And whereas Murray City first responders are dedicated to helping reduce the occurrence of fires through prevention, safety education, and community outreach, and encouraging an increased focus on the proper use of lithium-ion batteries. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and Murray City Municipal Council that the Mayor and Council do hereby proclaim October 5th through the 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week throughout Murray City. To encourage all residents to understand the importance of using lithium-ion batteries correctly, to prevent fires or other dangerous conditions in the home, and follow the buy, charge, and recycle safely approach. And lastly, urge all residents to support the public safety activities and efforts of Murray City Fire and Emergency Services. Thank you.
Any comments from the council? Questions?
Would you
Thank
like a motion?
I will entertain a motion.
All right, I will make a motion to adopt the joint resolution of the Murray City Municipal Council and Mayor designating the week of October 5th through October 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week.
I'll second it.
I have a motion from Councilmember Turner and a second from Councilmember Goodman. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. So that's a 5-0 vote, and the resolution passes. We will move on to our consent agenda. We have two appointments for the mayor. Mayor Hills can present them.
Thank you. Boy, you can really hear this mic works. Yeah, don't do that, Adam. All right, we would like to present to you a couple of confirmations. Number one, my confirmation of reappointment of Dana Dimitrich. Dana, you are here, right there. Hi, Dana. To continue to serve on the History Advisory Board for a term beginning September 2025 to September 2028. Do you want me to do them together? Is that okay? Thank you. Also, we have my confirmation of a reappointment to Erilyn Jensen. Erilyn? Okay. Also, History Advisory Board for a term beginning September 25th and ending September 2028. Any questions on those confirmations?
No comment from the council? If there's no
Just
comment?
thank you for their services.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Then
Dana loves it. She's great.
Thank you.
Then I will entertain a motion.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
You acted like you were going to say something.
All right, I make a motion to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Dana Diminich and Arlene Jensen for the History Advisory Board for the term beginning September 25 to September 28.
I'll second it.
I have a motion from Councilmember Pickett and a second from Councilmember Goodman. Brooke, we call roll.
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your service. All right, then we will go on to our first and actually our second business agenda items, which is to consider a resolution finding that developing a station area plan for the portion of the East Atherton Station located within the boundaries of Murray City is impractical, and presenting on this is also considering a resolution finding that developing a station area plan for the portion of the Meadowbrook Station area located within the boundaries of Murray City is impractical. Zach has changed a lot. He looks really close to Chad. Chad's
Yes,
presenting. Chad looks
I'm a poor
funny.
substitute, but here I am. So, the state law requires that cities adopt station area plans for areas within a quarter mile of a bus rapid transit station or within a half mile of a fixed rail station, so light rail front runner. You've already adopted one of those for the Murray North Station. We're working on the Murray Central and the Fashion Place West station area plans, but we also have little chunks of areas that are within other cities' station area plan areas. The state recognized that sometimes we'd have some overlap. I'm going to show you one of the maps so we can see what that looks like. So this, for example, is the Meadowbrook Station. We've adopted that green area below. That's our station area plan. Mill Creek has adopted a station area plan for the Meadowbrook Station, but you can see shown in that red is an area that's within Murray City, but within Murray City, within that circle, but really not an area that has any potential for development as far as stationary planning goes. Why is that? As you look at that little area in red, if you look, I'm going to try to get that cursor to work. I might have to use the touchpad here, but my cursor went away. There it is. This is I-15, so a major barrier from this portion of the property being able to be in any way meaningfully associated with the Meadowbrook Station. These areas are existing industrial properties separated from that station by a very narrow, as you know, Central Avenue bridge that's very difficult to get back and forth. So those are two kind of constraints that makes it impractical for this to really relate to that Meadowbrook Station. In those cases, the state recognizes that can happen sometimes, and they allow cities to adopt a resolution of impracticability that says that these are areas that are really not practical to be included in a station area plan. The second one is East Atherton, and this is a bus rapid transit station. It's a Taylorsville driven station area plan. And this one's even more obvious for the reasons you can see those areas are technically within a quarter mile. They're within Murray City's boundaries, but there's really no way that any meaningful development or stationary planning can occur on those slivers. However, we're required, any of those areas within that radius, we are required to either create a stationary plan or adopt the resolutions that we're talking about tonight that say that these areas are impracticable for development. So for that reason, we are bringing these forward to the council for your adoption. The next steps for these resolutions would be we take these to the Wasatch Front Regional Council. They have to essentially concur with your finding that these are impracticable for development within these stationary plans, and that's anticipated to occur later this month. So with that, we are recommending we'll need to act on each of these resolutions separately. But we are recommending that the council approve the resolutions related to finding of that these are impracticable for development as part of the stationary plans for these two areas. Happy to answer any questions if I can.
Okay, no questions? Then I will entertain a motion on the first business agenda item. We need to do them as two separate motions.
Would you guys be okay doing it all together?
No, we can't. We have to do them as two separate.
Because there's two
Yep.
separate areas.
So we have to do the first one.
Okay.
I like your efficiency, but it's not allowed in this case.
Yeah, I just have an inside track with it.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
I will make a motion to approve the resolution finding that developing a station area plan for the portion of the East Atherton Station located within the boundaries of Murray City is impractical.
I'll second it.
Who was the second? Okay, then I got a motion from Councilmember Cotter and a second from Councilmember Pickett. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. Then the resolution passes 5-0. I will now entertain a motion on the second resolution.
I move to adopt the resolution finding that developing a station area plan for the portion of the Meadowbrook Station area located within the boundaries of Murray City is impractical.
I'll second.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Goodman and a second from Councilmember Turner. Brooke?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Hawk?
Aye.
Or, I'm sorry, Ms. Turner, and then Mr. Hawk. I was looking at the wrong person. Sorry about that. Ms. Turner, would you redo your vote?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, then we're going to move on to our last business item, which is consider resolution authorizing Murray City to enter into a parking agreement with Rockworth Companies for city employee parking spaces located approximately 48 East, 4800 South, Murray City, Salt Lake County, Utah. Chad Wilkinson is back.
Thank you, council. This has been a bit of a time in coming. We've talked about this agreement in past meetings. Really, there's a couple of reasons why we're bringing it forward to you now. First, we had one issue that we're still working on that we've actually resolved some time ago, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But the broader reason for why we're here today is that we are very close to conveying the property to Rockworth as part of the development agreement. And in order for this parking agreement to become effective, this parking agreement is between the city and Rockworth, but Rockworth needs to be the owner of the property before we can execute that. So it's important that we have this agreement approved as close to that conveyance as possible, and that conveyance is pending. We've got just some review going on by our title company, but that we expect that's going to happen really any day now. So we're very close. Just to explain that, the issue that we were working on before when we came to you, it was really focused around sharing of that city parking that's anticipated in the development agreement. We have 32 parking spaces that was anticipated for city use. As we worked with Rockworth, the question of who would be responsible for that parking at what times and who would have even legal responsibility for accidents, those types of things, and how that would work. It became somewhat complicated. As we worked through that, it was decided by both parties the best and most efficient solution was that the city will just have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to that parking. So it'll always be city parking dedicated for city use, and that solved a lot of those issues related to responsibility for insurance and other things. So with that issue has been resolved. That's really it. We're asking you to approve this parking agreement. We've talked about this a number of times as part of our previous development agreement discussions. And we, again, would recommend that you approve the resolution authorizing the city to enter into this agreement when that time comes. Happy to answer any questions if I can.
I have one question. It wasn't exactly clear as I read through the contract what we're defining as city business. Is it, like, if somebody came here for an event in the evening, would they be able to, so they're not an employee, they're just a resident, would they be able to access those parking spots?
That'll really be up to you. Well, I say you, it'll be really up to the city to decide that. The developer has given access to that for the city for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we'll have to determine who gets to use that and when. But that's just part of, now it's, again, city business, but now we have use of that parking all day, every day. So it really comes down to the decision of the city as far as who can use it and when.
So there won't be like a structural inhibition that like a parking gate or something that would stop somebody from getting there?
There will be, and that'll be up to us to determine who gets to access that parking and when.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll just decide whether or not we leave the gate up.
I guess that's.
Yeah, that could be.
You have to leave the gate up. As I was asking a question, that's what came to my mind.
Yeah.
I was a little slow on my own answer.
It's all right. We still love you.
All right, thank you.
Did you have any questions, Rockworth representative? Because you were shaking your head no, and then yes, and then, okay, all right.
Okay, then no other questions. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve a resolution authorizing Murray City to enter into a parking agreement with Rockworth Companies for city employees' parking spaces located at the property at 48 East, 4800 South.
I'll second.
I got a motion for Councilmember Pickett and a second from Councilmember Turner. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. And the vote passes 5-0. And we will now move on to the mayor's report and questions. Mayor Hills.
Thanks, Adam. The only thing I wanted to bring up is yesterday, as you're aware of, there was an accident that struck a power pole near Winchester and 7th West. And so we were temporarily without power. And I just wanted to thank our power department. And honestly, in our department head meeting, you find out that everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people are involved. Our police department, our fire department, the public works, and maybe other departments. And I just thought, I'm going to take a minute just to thank our employees, because they are amazing how fast they can get the power up. And it's a big blessing to our city to have our own power, and we're able to respond as quickly as we do. And so I just want to recognize all the employees, the power department and all the employees that helped to get our power back up. And by 2 a.m., I believe it was up, is what the power department told me. And Greg was here till about, I don't know, midnight down here helping, and Craig was out late at night involved with it. So our employees are awesome. I just want to recognize them for all they do for the city.
How long was the power out?
I think it was that till about 5 hours. Some of them, there were some that came back in a couple hours, but some were hours more. I think almost everyone was up by 2 a.m. Affected Ivory on the corner the longest on 7th West and Winchester.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
for all the damage that was done, that was.
Really, it was quick. And I think back of going down to Arizona and they don't have any lighting, they don't have electricity, any power or anything, and thinking how lucky and blessed we are here, and to only have it out for a few hours, sometimes minutes, whatever. It's impressive, so.
Yep.
Just wanted to recognize
And then
them.
just to add, we had no power either at our house on Sunday. And the power company was right there in front of our house taking care of things. And, it was a little animal that decided to chew on things, but, But yes, they're amazing, even on Sundays.
You guys are even amazing even on Sundays, so. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that, and everyone for your support. The council, we couldn't do it without you because the funding, to be able to provide all that funding. So, and we've always been really good to our employees. So big thanks to you guys also.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Hills. And with that, we are adjourned.